Want to open the Senior Service Advisory Council meeting for September 22nd, 2025. Comments from our members? Jane, do you have any comments?
Not really, other than the fact, the time of the meetings. Are we gonna go back to 1 o'clock?
She'd like to put that down as a board up meeting, going back down to one o'clock.
Move to 1 o'clock. I also don't have much to add. I was up at Glide the other day, had lunch. Wasn't very happy with the lunch. I'm really disappointed with our menu that we have. We had some rice in a bowl, a little bit of veggies, beans on the side, and slice of cantaloupe about a ½ inch thick. And if that's what people get when they go out into the community, or when that's their meal for the day, it's just not good enough. But anyway, that was my only comment for when I was up there. And the others kind of felt that way too. So anyway, new business. Volunteer recruitment, do we have any information on that, Jeannie?
For the volunteer recruitment for SAC members,
For our group,
the
yes.
Senior Services Advisory Council, we can create a new flyer with Tamara Howe, and start distributing those, and then we can send some out to everyone so that they can get those too. And then they can be posted around. I know that Vicki Bowler had said that when I spoke with her the other day, that she has been taking some flyers around for volunteer recruitment at some different some agencies around in the Winston area where she lives.
I also took flyers around to Glide, some of the grocery stores and stuff like that, and the community center up there. I even posted them at the Winchester Post Office, the flyers that we had available here. But we're not getting any response at all for some reason.
I posted in the Riddle Post Office and the Myrtle Creek Post Office and Ray's Food Store and the Elks, and I haven't heard anything from anybody.
I just don't understand why folks aren't interested in, volunteering to do stuff like this.
I think that's a problem across the board.
Yeah.
At our last directors meeting, which was this month, just a couple weeks ago, that was one of the things that they talked about as far as volunteers, also volunteering in sites, that they're having a lack of volunteers, but also a lack of volunteers on advisory councils across the state of Oregon.
Wow.
Okay. We did talk about maybe posting it in the newspaper. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll look, when we get our poster done, we'll see if we can get that, a new poster, a revised poster, we'll do that.
Okay. Also volunteers, recruitment for the dining sites.
We're still actively, I think Tamara made a new poster for that. We can get those to everyone too, so that you can get those out.
We seem to have enough at Glide, where I go to. You have enough in your?
Well, right at the moment, we have enough. But if anybody gets sick, then we're shorthanded. Suzanne was out for almost 2 months or a little over 2 months. She's back now, which makes it easier on everybody else. But she's on a cane, but she doesn't use it in the kitchen. But when she goes out in the front room, she uses it. Well, she was on a walker at the luncheon.
Speaking of the luncheon, I'm so sorry that I didn't get to come. I understand it was excellent food and you guys had a great time. Commissioner Freeman filled me in on it and he said you guys had a good time.
And a lot of people that attended made comments, if the food that they served at the sites was as good as what we got served there, everybody'd be happy.
But now that food came from Safari, didn't it?
No, it didn't. It came from the S&B Foods.
Oh, it did?
But the
Yes.
one thing that you got there is things were prepared right then and there, and
Yes.
some of the entrees were prepared right there
Okay.
instead of being prepared in a kitchen and traveling out to the site. So I have a feeling that that has a reflection on some of the
Okay.
transportation piece to this, so.
Probably.
It's good that you guys had a good get together.
Yes.
And
They had a gecko and a snake, a king snake, and they had some ferrets out there that the gals had and were,
Ferrets, but not ferrets.
yeah, ferrets but not ferrets.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting.
good, that's
And
great.
everyone seemed to really enjoy themselves, and
Well, I think everybody did, yes.
I think people even got to go, there was some safari tours too for free of charge.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what Mr. Freeman said.
Yes.
They wanted to charge half and he said the commissioners would pick it up and then the other gentleman there said, no, I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
And so they got to go through the safari for free.
Yes.
yes.
That's great.
Very generous.
That's great, yeah. All right, staff reports, Tom, you have something for us, sir?
The only thing that I have, and you guys may have seen this in press releases, ODHS is welcoming a new director as of October 1st. So Fairbour's Pakaresh, who's been the ODHS director, is retiring after, I believe, 36 years, I wanna say, with state service. So there's a new director as of October 1st, Liesl Wendt, who is the deputy director right now. She's going to be taking on that interim role. I believe, and I don't know this happened yet, she has to be confirmed by the Oregon State Senate, so I don't know that that's happened yet. If it hasn't, it's happening in this week or next week, so sometime in September. So it shouldn't be a big change in leadership. Liesl's been working under Fairbour's for the last 4 years, 5 years, something like, maybe a little bit longer. So I think the agency will be same kind of directives, but just a change at the top, so you shouldn't see anything on a local level, but it's just something to be aware of. I don't have any other updates besides that.
All right, well, thank you very much. Jeannie, you have something for us?
Well, Vicky's calling.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
I went to the directors meeting a couple weeks ago. Met with a lot of the other directors. Some of the commonalities of things that they were looking at was the senior services advisory councils. They're struggling to find board members for those across. I think they are gonna be looking at doing some form of advertisement or something like that. So we'll be participating in that and using some of those ideas to help recruit more volunteerism. One of the other things that they were looking at, I believe, is the overall volunteers in the sites is down as well as staffing. They're seeing pockets of need of staffing for individuals that want to go into the social services arena of careers. So they're finding in certain areas that they're having staffing that people that are maybe a lot of times having not a lot of social service work. We've had a lot of people that have retired and across the state. And I think that social services work is looking a little different for people. There's not a lot of people going into that venue. I think also just the skilled workers, you know, we had a lot of case managers that retired, a lot of them have. And so we're just not seeing that fill in from, and they're seeing that across the state.
Not just here, it's all
It's
over.
everywhere, yeah, in the state of Oregon, it's everywhere. And they're finding people like, that have had a diverse careers that had nothing to do with social services applying for their case management jobs. So it's a little bit different. Are you noticing that at all, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely I think we're experiencing that. I would say we're experiencing definitely, you know, the generational difference too. You know, workers aren't staying at jobs as long, so you experience a lot of turnover and so it's a nonstop cycle of trying to train and get people up to speed, and then they're gone to their next, you know, mission. So, but I will say, when you're talking about the Senior Service Advisory Council meetings and getting members in Douglas County, we currently do not have a functioning Disability Service Advisory Council, which is something that we've had in previous years, but same deal, we cannot get folks that want to serve on that. And so there is not an active one in Douglas County, and there should be. So it is a constant trying to figure out how we get volunteers to do that, so.
I think the other thing, the update is that OPIM is another a program that we had spoken about earlier this year. And that's in full swing now, working in partnership with Tom and Tom's staff, with the assessments starting out at the APD department and then transferring over to our staff to provide the case management for those in-home services. And then, Tom, do you wanna explain that a little bit about the program?
Yeah, about
Since it starts with your programs.
Yeah, so OPIM as a whole, I would love, I was actually just thinking about this the other day, I don't have the numbers of how many folks we've added onto, you know, long-term care services, OPIM being one of those choices, but essentially, when folks come in now, they basically, OPIM is a menu of choices, think of it as a menu, and we're like, okay, you may not qualify for this over here, but you're gonna qualify for that. And we will set up folks on OPIM because they can have some care needs at our higher level care that they used to be able to have to be on Medicaid. We set those up, they come through our door, we set them all up, get everything done, and then we work with Jeannie's shop to get them their case manager do some service planning with the folks and see what they want that provider to do for them. It's a higher a higher acuity level so that folks that may have kind of missed that window before of traditional in-home care services, they can get those services. And I know there was a slow rollout, Jeannie and we both had plans of how that was gonna look, and we are fully to the end of those plans now, so it's fully open for everybody. Folks that were on OPI waitlist first, we did, and then we did some folks that wanted to transition from OPI to OPIM. And I'm sure right now there's not a lot of folks that are on traditional OPI, right? There's very few.
I think we have about 5 clients or so
Oh, okay, yeah.
that are still on OPI because basically they wouldn't be eligible for services through OPIM. So anyone that's eligible for services for OPIM, we would provide that, but right now we have a few people that wouldn't meet that criteria, and so they're still on OPI. And though I'm not sure how that's gonna transition in the new year, new fiscal year with that. But we would be doing everything to help those individuals with resources or services that we could. The Veterans Directed Care, we're still involved with those folks at the VA, and going through Multnomah County, though that could change a little bit. Our structure with them, it may be another entity that may take over as the umbrella agency. We're gonna be researching that a little bit.
For veterans, okay.
We do plan to have a volunteer recognition in the Reedsport area. That's, the date is yet to be determined. But you also are welcome to maybe ride along and go to that one, Bill, if you'd like to come over there.
Where's that one at?
That one will be in Reedsport for the Reedsport volunteers. And we'll be working with planning with that as well. We had a successful outreach at the Douglas County Fair this year. We had lots of people come by the booths, giving out resources and services, those types of things. Also, we're still providing all of the other resources through the Aging and Disability Resource Connection. We received our contract for that from the state of Oregon, our Department of Human Services. Now we're just waiting for our contract to be come into place for our other grants that we provide, such as the congregate meals and such. That contract should be coming from the state, I would say probably this week.
Okay.
And we're rolling out contracts with legal aid and also rolling out contracts with other entities provide nutrition programs and then also linen services and Angie's helping us get those taken care of. And plans for this future is we're gonna be working with our local emergency preparedness folks to do a COOP plan, which is a COOP is continuing operations when there's an emergency.
Okay.
So that's beneficial for us to be a part of that program. In fact, today, they've been working on it all today, but we're gonna set up a specific time. We have a COOP plan in our area plan presently, but that's gonna be updated and modified, reflecting of the county's partnership in that. And I think that's about all that we're looking at right now.
All right, okay. Next thing on the agenda is the minutes. You had an opportunity to look them over,
Yes, I did,
and I looked them over, and
let's approve them.
okay, the minutes are approved as they are. The only other subject we wanted to discuss was our next meeting. Jean would like to have it at 1 o'clock. Rather than, later in the afternoon, if that's possible.
Yes. We can accommodate that.
Okay, so we'll plan for a
That's
1 o'clock meeting this next,
December the second or third Wednesday, which is it?
It looks like it would be, are we on Wednesdays or Mondays?
Monday.
Mondays,
I can't do it on Wednesdays, so
Yeah,
it's,
Monday.
Third Monday is on the calendar for the 15th.
15th of December?
Yeah.
1 p.m. Okay, I'll write that down, thank you.
Alright.
do we have anything else that we need to discuss? If not, this meeting is closed.